Hey, first graders. For day 2 science, we're going to talk about these vocabulary words, and we're going to think about if any of them might be useful for us when we're talking about science this week. For ELA, our question is, how can we work together to make our lives better? And for science, our question is, how do animals take care of their young? So think about how these words might be a word that you use to work together, or maybe how animals work together to take care of their young. Let's read the words. Conflict, fair, argument, shift, risk, answer, brought, busy, door, enough, eyes, demand, emergency. Good job reading those words with me so quickly. Let's click on the first word, conflict. This will be a great word for science because I know that we all get conflicts. What's a conflict? A conflict is a disagreement. Both of these girls wanted to play with the ball, but they settled their conflict by taking turns. Think about a time where you had a conflict or a disagreement with someone. When I'm working with my markers and writing, my son likes to take the marker I'm using. And to solve the conflict, I just use another marker. I have lots of them. He'll give me back my marker when he's done with it. All right, we're going to find our next word. Fair. John did not think it was fair that his sister got a bigger cup of hot chocolate than he did. Fair is another word for reasonable, or sometimes you might think of fair as following the rules. That definitely makes a not so happy look over here, and his sister's looking a little smug with her giant cup. The next word is argument. We all know what an argument is. That's when we're talking about how we don't agree. And sometimes arguments aren't nice. The two friends had an argument about who won the game. They do not agree. The next word is shift. Shifting is moving something from one spot to another. I can shift the part in my hair like that. Or you can shift a plant by moving it from one place to another. The sentence says, I need to shift my plant so it can get more sunlight. When have you had to move something? Why did you move it? Our next word is risk. If you walk through deep mud, there's a risk your shoe will get stuck. And when you're thinking about risk, you can also think about the word danger. There's some danger that your shoe might get stuck in mud. Answer. I know the answer to that question. What do you do when you know the answer? Just like her, you raise your hand. Let others get that learning joy in and think time. Brought. We brought food for the picnic. That reminds me of the word shift. When we move it from one place to another, we brought it from home to the park. Busy. These bees are busy making honey. Are those animals working together? Ooh, I wonder if they're also helping their young. So another word we can use for science is when we're talking about busy animals taking care of their young. Door. Grandpa met us at the door. We all know what doors are. Enough. Are there enough seats for all? Enough. If you have enough, everyone has a seat. If you don't have enough, someone won't have a seat. Eyes. Our eyes and ears help us learn. This word is eyes. Demand. People demand for fair pay. That's when you ask strongly or forcefully. It's mine and I deserve it, so give me money. Emergency. A fire is a kind of emergency. There are other kinds too. Those are vocabulary words. Before I get off this video, I'm going to really quickly show you something from science. All right, for science, we've been talking about how animals take care of their young. Staying safe. A behavior is a way an animal acts. Behavior is a vocabulary word for science. Young rabbits hide in grass while their mother is away. They wait for their mother to come back. They listen for her to call, and then they call back to her. If you go on to Ed Your Friend in Learning, you can do this assignment. If you're in my class, I have already assigned it. If you're not, and you watched my video yesterday, you'll know how to find these resources without it being assigned. Prairie dogs live in groups. They bark to warn groups when danger is near. Here's where we're stopping for the day. Before we go, I want you to think about math. One wolf spider carries 64 eggs in an egg sac. Wow, she has 64 baby eggs. Another wolf spider carries 48 eggs. Think about who has more. Which number of spider eggs is larger? 64, 48. Which has more tens, 60 or 40? Now that we know which one has more tens, we can think which number is bigger. The first sign means less than. The first number would be less than the second number if you used this sign. The second sign says more than or greater than. That means the first number is greater than the second number. The last sign is equal to. If you use this sign, it's because the numbers are equal or the same. Your job today for day 2 science is 2 things. You're going to tell me which number is bigger, and you're going to write me 1 sentence using a vocabulary word from science or from ELA. And you're going to think about how do animals care for each other or care for their young? How do animals help each other? And if you're having a hard time thinking of an example, we have these. Those are 3 examples of how prairie dogs and rabbits, oh, that's moving too fast, take care of their young. Thanks for watching, first graders. Don't forget to use a capital letter to start your sentence and a period to end it. See you tomorrow for day 3, where I'm going to talk to you about the leveled readers. Thanks for watching.